Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and record the Best Pharmacy commercial. So first thing we're going to go do is over here and launch the script. Okay, and the script is a two-column script. Here's the voiceover here that you read, and these are the sound effects and the timing. The music and the sound effects coming at the beginning and follow all underneath the entire commercial. There's a sound effect of the cash register right after the dialogue says the caplets are now just $5.79, and then the music fades out at the end. So when we read this, the target length of the commercial is 29 seconds and 15 frames. That's video time code because we are going to repurpose this at some point, possibly as a video commercial. And right now it's a radio commercial, so it's just the audio. But later we may want to marry this with some video shots and make a commercial that way. So we're going to make sure that we do this in video time code. But in order to do that, it's hard to read it to exactly 29 seconds and 15 frames. So what we do is we have some leeway. So if it's 27 seconds or faster, so it's less than 27 seconds, we have to re-record it. Or if we read it too slow, it could be up to 32 seconds. And if it's longer than 32 seconds, then we have to speed it up. The reason for that is the software that adjusts the speed of it has about a 2 second plus or minus rule for error. If you make it too fast or too slow, then when you change the speed to be 29:15, you can hear that has been changed. So we want to avoid that, okay? And when you read through the script, you want to make sure that you're emphasizing these letters, these words that are underlined. So when we get to this, we say, you'll always know you get the best prices, the best service at the best pharmacy. Okay, so make sure you emphasize those words. You might want to practice this a couple of times before you start recording. And then we can come over here and we launch Audacity. And all you got to do to record is just start here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is not going to start recording the voice right away. We're going to record about 5 seconds of what's called the room tone or the area tone, which is the sound of the room that I'm sitting in to record this, okay? Because we can then later take that sound and grab the noise print and then get rid of the background sound, okay? So first we're going to record about 5 seconds of that, then we'll count down 3, 2, 1 and read the script, and then we'll be ready to start editing. So here we go. Let's record the background sound. The background sound in. And now we're going to count down into it in 3, 2, 1. Tired of being treated like a number? Come to The Best Pharmacy, the drugstore with the best service in all our stores across America. The Best Pharmacy means value. Have pain? Get Advil or Advil Dual Action. The 100 count package of Advil caplets is now just $5.79. Come to the store where you always know you'll get the best prices, the best service, the best pharmacy. Call 1-555-TPP store for a location near you. Okay, I'm going to stop. And now we can hit Command and Control F to spread it out so we can see the whole thing. Now we're going to grow these waveforms so we can see a little better. So put your mouse right here in this little strip here with the numbers, right click, and we're going to zoom in a couple of times just so we can see this enough we're doing here. Here's the noise reduction. Okay, this is the sound of the background. So it's nobody's talking here. Grab this silence here. And we're going to go to Effect and Noise Removal and Repair. And we're going to go to Noise Reduction. And we're going to get the noise profile. And that just grabs what that sounds like. And see how that same line runs through the entire thing? So now we're going to select the entire thing. Just Command A. Then we're going to go back to the effect and noise removal and repair, and we're going to say we're going to do the noise reduction. So I've already got the profile, so we're just going to take the standard setup for this, go ahead and reduce it. So we just hit OK, and that reduces the sound. See how this is almost not there anymore. So we got rid of all of that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we did it in the right amount of time. So here's the 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go after the 3, 2, 1 here. 2, 1. Okay, so we're going to click right here. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. And hit delete. And then we're going to go to the end and where it finishes. And we get right here and click this off. Okay. And then hit Command or Control F to make it fit the window. Now we're going to see how long it was. So I'm going to select it all with a Command A. And we're going to come up here to our effects and go to our pitch and tempo. I want to change the tempo. It'll tell us exactly how long it was. So actually we did pretty good. We're shooting for 29:15 and we made it 28:68. So all we got to do is change that. Let's just go here and type 29.15 and apply. And then it'll do the effect. slow it down just a little, almost imperceptibly. Then we'll go back to the fact again, and pinch in tempo. You'll see it's now 29:15. Okay, and don't apply it again. So let's go here. Okay, let's save, Command or Control S. Let's put it back where we are in our project. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's make this track a little shorter. Okay, and let's try to check it out. Now, where you want the voice to be is somewhere here between -12 and -6. It's mostly almost to -6. Okay, so let's go ahead and play it back and watch the levels. Tired of being treated like a and it needs to come up quite a bit here, so let's bring it up to plus. Tired of being treated like a number? Come to The Best Pharmacy, the drugstore with the best service in all our stores across America. All right, so we're going to leave that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So let's save, Command or Control S. Okay, now we're going to bring in the cash register sound. And if we look back at the script, it's right after he says the 100 count package of Advil is now $5.79. That's about right here. Just $5.79. Right about there. Okay, so let's go get that sound effect. Let's import audio. Let's get the cash register. And let's make that a little shorter. We're going to slide this down. Now the cha-ching is right here. So we want that cha-ching to happen right in that gap. So right when it's finished, 577. Come to 579. Cha-ching. Now just 579. Come. Okay, so that's good, but it's too loud. Let's make this a little shorter. Let's bring this up and down so we make it bigger so we see this. Let's do this maybe -6. Maybe -6. Have pain? Get Advil or Advil Dual Action. The 100 count package of Advil caplets is now just $5.79. Come to the store where you always. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to make this smaller, and we're going to put in the crowd noise or the store noise. So let's file. Don't forget to save. And this, and then let's go to File, Import, Audio. I'm going to bring in the store sound. And it's way longer than any of the rest of this. So again, let's make it a little shorter. Then we can come all the way down here to the end and just highlight it. Let's bring it down. And if you can't quite get it, you can kind of just highlight it like this, and then you just can hit delete, but I was able to grab the end of it. So let's snap it down here. So it's finishing right at the end. And then we hit Command or Control F to make it fit. Okay. And now we're just going to play, let's just solo, let's play by itself, the crowd noise. Let's bring that up about maybe 60 dB. Okay, now we'll play it with it. Let's play it and see what happens here. Being treated like a number? Come to The Best Pharmacy, the drugstore with the best service in all our stores across America. The Best Pharmacy means value. Have pain? Get Advil or Advil. Let's bring that down just a little bit. Let's make it +5. 100 count package of Advil caplets is now just $5.79. Come to the store where you always know you'll get the best prices, the best service, the best pharmacy. Call 1-555-TBP store for a location near you. Okay, so now let's take this and just make sure it lines up with the end of the talking here. See, this little line helps us. And let's move this just a little bit to the right so the cha-ching happens right in the gap there. And let's save again. Okay, now let's make this shorter. Let's bring in the music. We'll import audio and go back and get the Avocado Street music. Okay, and so let's go ahead and trim it also. So you get the little line there that tells us where we're at. Oops, I'm going to move it right there. And we can Command and Control F. And let's make it a little shorter so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so let's make sure it lines up good here. Make sure this lines up good at the end. Okay, now the thing you have to watch out for music is that see how this has got a little gap here? And sometimes you need to just trim that little piece off. So we're just going to highlight that one little where there's no sound there and just hit delete. So now it starts at the very beginning and let's save, Command S. And then this music is going to be very loud. So I'm just going to solo it first. So it's playing by itself. That's good. So let's try with the solo it so we're hearing everything. You're being treated like a number? Come to The Best Pharmacy, the drugstore with the best service in all our stores across America. The Best Pharmacy means value. Have pain? Get Advil or Advil Dual Action. The 100 count package of Advil caplets is now just $5. All right, let's give it a little bit more music. It's -12. Let's try -10 real quick. See if that's not too much. Best Pharmacy, the drugstore with the best service in all our stores across America. I like that a lot. Okay, so now let's come down here and make sure that this goes out to the end again. It's all good. Okay, so now we're going to select a couple seconds before the end. So we'll start at about here 29 and a half. And we're going to just highlight the music here. Just the end of it. Then we're going to go to Effect, Fading, Fade Out. We're going to do the same thing with the crowd noise. Effect, Fading, Fade Out. Okay. And you don't need to fade out anything else, and you never ever fade out the voiceover. So let's save, Command S. Now we're going to export it. So we're going to go to File, okay, Export Audio. And we're going to save it to the computer. So we're going to send it right back into our same folder where we've been doing everything in, same folder. Okay, and this is, we're going to call it The Best Pharmacy Radio Commercial. .wave. Wave was a good format. Turn in your project and you're all done.